Hello, my name is Anani Francine13, and the name of my channel is The Oil of Amana. So I created this channel to explore topics around health and wellness and spirituality. This is my third vlog, so welcome. Before I just jump right into the topic, I do want to make a couple disclaimers, and they are the same disclaimers that I made at the top of videos 1 and 2. So number 1, I am not tech savvy. Please don't expect anything fancy here to start. And number 2, I may read from some notes that I wrote down just to stay on track from time to time. So with that being said, I'll jump right into the topic. And that topic is the fact that plant-based messaging is destructive to women's health. I felt that this was a timely topic because lately I'm seeing a ramp up of very destructive detoxes, plant-based detoxes, being aimed at women on social media. Things like juice cleanses and juice fasts that, are allegedly going to snatch the waistline and lead to eternal youthful beauty. This message is, of course, very dangerous, and it tends to lead women down the path of orthorexia and body dysmorphia. Why does this affect women uniquely? I think that it's because in Western society, for good or for ill, purity and womanhood are often linked. And plant-based diets are often promoted as the most pure. And I want to make it clear that I'm not just talking about vegan and vegetarian diets here. When I say plant-based, I'm also including just the standard Western diet with, its extreme emphasis on healthy whole grains, which are not healthy, low-fat yogurt, and, skinless and boneless chicken. So, removing and or reducing animal foods is by its very nature orthorexic because it's a form of unnatural control. And why do I say it's unnatural? Yes, it's a great idea for everyone to be conscientious about what they put into their bodies, but the denial of animal foods is also the denial of one's bodily needs. You're denying yourself of nutrients, vital nutrients that are only available in animal foods. And I find that women are particularly susceptible, to plant-based messaging. I would include myself in that. I was vegan for 8 years, and I definitely went down the orthorexic path that eventually led to body dysmorphia. I remember coming home from college one Thanksgiving and having a very concerned auntie ask my mom if I was using drugs because I was so underweight. And my mom just replied, no, she's vegan. When I look back on that period now, and when I look at photos, which I'll never share because I'm just way too vain, I just often wonder, how did I let myself get to that point? How did I not see it? And I now fully understand that it is because at that point, there was a collision between orthorexia and body dysmorphia. Everywhere I looked, my vegan diet was supported in the messaging that I was seeing online. Go vegan, go plant-based. A lot of ideologies about how, the vegan diet just is perfect. Plant-based diets are the way to go for the environment, etc. Really did prevent me from questioning And so when things went awry, even when it was staring me in the face in the mirror, I still couldn't see it. And I see a lot of women, a lot of people, but a lot of women especially going through that. Another way that plant-based programming is destructive to women's health is that it leads to really severe vitamin and mineral deficiencies that affect women in some very unique ways. I want to discuss iron here as an example. Iron, of course, is important for everyone. It, transports oxygen throughout the body, and it's very well known that the most bioavailable form of iron is heme iron, blood iron, that can only be found in red meat. So low iron, of course, can lead to serious health complications, poor circulation, severe fatigue, heart problems, and women are at a unique risk for developing low iron or anemia because of the monthly menstrual cycle. And so when plant-based messaging encourages them to get iron from spinach or from, Swiss chard or lentils or some other plant food, then women are basically set up for severe health problems in the long run. This lack of iron also impacts beauty. Again, as I mentioned, the plant-based diet is often promoted to women as a path to youthful, eternally youthful beauty. But really the exact opposite is true, especially when you consider the elimination of iron, brittle nails, hair that breaks or won't grow, a pallid, ashy appearance often occurs from the lack of red meat. And again, the body dysmorphia and the orthorexia prevents women from being able to see it, even though they're looking in the mirror and experiencing these symptoms every day. Plant-based messaging also does a great disservice to women's reproductive health. And I want to be sensitive with what I say here because I don't like fear-mongering, but it is a fact that the lack of saturated fat in plant-based diets does a great disservice to women's fertility. Women who adopt plant-based diets long-term often experience a negative impact on fertility. There's an article from Women's International Pharmacy which drives my point home quite well. The article is called How Dietary Fat Benefits Hormones. And it states, quote, eating a low-fat diet decreases the body's production of estrogen and progesterone. This is because all hormones are made from protein and fat, while sex hormones are made from cholesterol exclusively, unquote. And so, healthy fats in plant-based world are foods like nuts and seeds and plant oils, but these are not healthy at all. First of all, they're not bioavailable. The body has a hard time absorbing these nutrients and converting these nutrients. And the second part of that is that nuts and seeds and plant oils tend to bog down the cells. They are not healthy in any way, and it's not sustainable to rely on them as a source of fat. Healthy fat is actually grass-fed butter, tallow, ghee, pastured lard. These animal fats are actually stable and absorbable. And I want to encourage everyone to do their research, but women especially, because I realize that I'm going to sound, old-fashioned. Some people might even be offended, and that's okay. But when it comes to nutrition, women are still very much so the leaders in the household. We are looked to for healing. When we think of a home cooked meal, when we think of nurturing, when we think of sustenance, we think of mama. We think of women. I think that that's a good thing, and I think that it's an opportunity, for women to nurture and lead in the right way. And it's why I want women to be critical of, this newfangled health information that's being promoted in plant-based world. Juice cleanses and juice fasts are not only unnecessary, they're very unhealthy, and it can be very detrimental to the body. So, ladies, do your research, stay on the ball, stay healthy. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. My name is Anani Francine 13. The name of my channel is The Oil of Amana. I hope your vision is clear, and I hope your health is blessed.